In a war with the evil of the world, I mean, you can see that the stakes are really high. When you see the polarized opinion of like the Zelensky position, and people don't, on the Democrat side, are too stupid to understand the gravity of what's going on. They had arranged a deal, and they were going to do this televised, and he reneged on his deal. Okay, it was a orchestrated, plot. He wanted full immunity, full U.S. military protection going forward. He said, "Oh, we'll give you the mineral deals, but we want to guarantee that if anything happens, you're going to be fully on the side of a war with Russia." This is like, oh, we're not going to do this. We're not doing this, on the spur of the moment live television. It's an offensive, and it was a betrayal because he went on television with a pretense of what they were going to discuss, and he changed his mind. And the Democrats are too, base-minded. Their Democrat is kind of a lawless hypocrite, is a divine state. That's how a Democrat feels. It's Catholic. A Democrat is Catholic. It's polarized with lawless hypocrisy. That's a spiritually clean position that the Catholics, the Pope, but not only the Pope and just the Roman Church. It's all of Christianity is this way. The Bible says, "Get out of her, my people." It doesn't mean get out of civics and reality. That's the cross you bear to be a rational human being. But the Catholics or the Christianity is fully involved in like ritual nonsense, and they're completely complicit, but they don't want to take any accountability. But you look at the situation with Ukraine, it's pedophiles in imperialist war. That's what it is. The treaties, laws, reason is out the window. And it's the Democrats who are just sitting there. Zelensky is an example of absolute tyrant. He was doing pornography. He was a comedian. He made a skit where he's killing Russians. It's a comedy skit. He's killing Russians and Jews. This is supposed to be funny. And now he actually did a movie where he's a president. They appointed him as a tyrant president. And so that's the realities following the fiction. That's the truth of what's going on in the Ukraine. He's an obvious dictator. The people of Ukraine want him dead because we have almost 2 million Ukrainians killed over this. They don't care about the citizens. In the first 2 months of the regime, it's Barack Obama and Victoria Nuland and the Democrats of America put that president in there. That's a fact. It's not an opinion that Zelensky was established by the American Democrats. And for what purpose? The CIA, they established the European Union. That's a fact. It's not an opinion that the CIA established the European Union. And now the CIA, it's the Catholic Church that the CIA is. They want a full-fledged world war because they don't want accountability for all the crimes they've committed. And that's actually what's taking place now. You see, Russia can actually fight all of Europe. NATO is not armed. America is needed for NATO to engage with Russia. This is the facts. And the fact that the European nations are being held captive by the Catholic Church. It's the pedophile bankers. That's when you're talking about the European nations. They're clearly being held by pedophile gangsters. You look at Brussels. Brussels is the headquarters of the European Union. And openly in the news, you see the vulgarity and the threats and the perversion that the Belgian government or the European Union in Brussels is holding over the people. You have different magistrates going, "Look, these are pedophile gangsters, and we're done." It's not, in the news because the banks run the media, and there's no free speech in Europe. In America, the Democrats don't want free speech in America, and we're very, very close to it. They all are, in favor of polarity of the lawless hypocrite. That's where they stand. But now it's real stakes. They are fully fledged. As all the Democrats want to hold Trump supporters accountable for all Trump's actions, you see that, and they're calling for violence from day one. They're calling for mob justice, street justice, and what are we supposed to be held accountable for? For common sense, sensibility, accountability, rationality. So sure, we should take that and go, okay, we'll be unified in humanity. But likewise, the Democrats should be held accountable for everything that the Zelensky regime is doing, and their puppets.